You can't breathe when their name appears on your screen. You call it chemistry. Your body calls it danger. Right now, while watching this, your chest just tightened. Your mind drifted to them, and you've been ignoring what that means for weeks. 5 body tests. Your nervous system is running them right now. Test 3 is happening as you watch this. If your body stays in panic around someone, God didn't send them. Today, 5 physical tests. Test 1, the chest test. Can you breathe around them? Test 2, the phone test. Are you enjoying connection or managing anxiety? Test 3, the brain fog test. Most people fail this because it feels too good to question. Test 4, the sleep test. Your body won't rest where your spirit doesn't trust. Test 5, peace versus panic. The binary test that settles everything. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Trauma creates chemistry. Dysfunction feels familiar. Your nervous system can mistake danger for destiny. Chemistry isn't confirmation. Intensity isn't intimacy. Let's start. Test 1, the chest test. Think about them right now. Picture their face. Imagine them texting. What just happened in your chest? Tightness? Shallow breathing? Pressure like a weight on your sternum? That's not butterflies, that's cortisol. Your nervous system restricts your diaphragm when it detects danger. Your body is bracing for impact. But I feel so drawn to them. Yes, because your nervous system recognizes their dysfunction and thinks, I know how to survive this. Trauma creates magnetic pull. You're not attracted because they're right. You're attracted because they're familiar. Contrast this. When Isaac met Rebekah in Genesis 24, no panic. When Ruth approached Boaz, she felt safe enough to sleep at his feet. Not wired, safe. Divine connections bring ease. Trauma bonds bring tension. Do it again. Think about them. Breathe in, breathe out. Could you? Or did your chest restrict halfway? If you couldn't take a full breath, your body just voted no. Test 2 is where most people lie to themselves. They call hypervigilance care. Test 2, the phone test. You've checked your phone 8 times in the last hour. Not for work, for them. They haven't responded in 12 minutes. Your chest tightens. You reread their last text 5 times. Analyze the punctuation. Wonder if the period means they're upset. That's not connection. That's hypervigilance. Your nervous system knows this person is inconsistent, unpredictable. So your body stays on high alert, trying to predict the next emotional hit. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, the slot machine effect. Sometimes they're warm, sometimes cold. Your brain gets addicted to the uncertainty. But God doesn't operate through intermittent reinforcement. Malachi 3:6. I, the Lord, do not change. Divine love is consistent. Reliable. You don't decode mixed signals. You don't manage their moods like a crisis counselor. Ask yourself, are you enjoying this relationship? Or managing it? If you're constantly managing their distance, your body already knows they're not from God. Divine love doesn't require a management degree. Now test 3, the one you won't admit, because intensity feels too real to let go. Test 3, the brain fog test. You're failing it right now. Your mind just drifted back to them. While I was talking, you're not fully present watching this video because part of your brain is with them. You can't pray without seeing their face. Can't work without checking if they posted. Can't have coffee with a friend without bringing them up every 3 minutes. That's not love, that's addiction. Your brain is flooded with dopamine and oxytocin, the same chemicals released during drug use. You need more contact to feel the same high. Neuroscientists call this limerence, obsessive infatuation that hijacks your brain. It lasts 12 to 18 months. Then it fades, and you're left staring at someone you don't actually know because you were too obsessed to see clearly. Here's the truth that will set you free. If you can't think straight around someone, you can't hear God around them. 1 Corinthians 14:33. God is not a God of confusion, but of peace. When God brings your person, your mind clears. You don't lose yourself. You find yourself. But if your entire world has shrunk to one person, that's not divine alignment. That's chemical dependency. 3 years ago, I watched a woman turn down a godly man because she was chemically hooked on someone toxic. She couldn't see the red flags through the dopamine fog. He was inconsistent, emotionally unavailable, avoided commitment, but the intensity felt like destiny. 2 years later, the chemicals wore off. He married someone else 6 months after they broke up. She realized she'd been chasing brain chemistry, not divine confirmation. The godly man, married now, to someone who saw clearly. Don't confuse dopamine with God's voice. Test 4 reveals the truth your body can't hide. Test 4, the sleep test. You can't sleep anymore. It's 2:47 a.m. You're awake replaying their text from 6 hours ago, imagining scenarios, wondering what they're doing, who they're with. Your body won't rest because your nervous system knows this person isn't safe. Sleep requires vulnerability. Your brain has to power down. Defenses drop. And your subconscious refuses to let that happen around someone it doesn't trust. The science backs this. The Sleep Research Society found that people in secure relationships sleep deeper. Their bodies actually rest. REM cycles lengthen. Cortisol drops at night like it should. But people in anxious relationships? Cortisol stays elevated. Heart rate irregular. They wake multiple times. Dream about conflict. Safety is absent, so rest becomes impossible. Psalm 4:8. In peace, I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Peace isn't just emotional. It's physiological. Diagnostic question. Since you met them, are you sleeping better or worse? If worse, your body is voting no. Loudly, the final test settles everything. And it's simpler than you think. Test 5, peace versus panic. Forget everything else. This is the only test that matters. Imagine a future with this person. 5 years, marriage, daily life. Do you feel peace or panic? Not excitement, not attraction, not intensity. Peace or panic. Philippians 4:7 peace. Peace that surpasses understanding. Peace that doesn't make logical sense. Peace that remains when circumstances are uncertain. That's divine confirmation. But panic? Chest tightening when you imagine forever? Thoughts racing? Immediately problem-solving obstacles? That's your answer. God's presence brings peace. The enemy brings chaos. What do you feel right now? Be honest, not what you want to feel. Not what you think you should feel. What your body actually feels. You can be wildly attracted and still know they're wrong. You can have intense chemistry and still feel panic. Attraction is biological. Chemistry is neurological. Peace is spiritual. Chemistry is not confirmation. Most people ignore peace because they've confused trauma bonds with divine connections. They think intensity means it's real. No, intensity means you're in danger. Here's the difference you need to see. Nobody tells you this about trauma bonds. They feel more intense than healthy love. Your nervous system is on fire. Every text feels loaded. Highs are euphoric. Lows are devastating. Your entire emotional range gets amplified. Your brain interprets that as, this must be the one. But intensity isn't intimacy. Drama isn't destiny. Here's the exact difference. Trauma bond, your body stays tense. Chest tight, breathing shallow. You're bracing for the next blow. Your mind is obsessed, can't focus on work. Can't think clearly. Phone checking on repeat. Conversations on loop. Your peace is absent. Constant anxiety about where you stand. Fear they'll leave. Panic when they pull away. relief when they return. It's a cycle you can't escape. Divine connection. Your body is calm. You breathe fully around them. Your chest opens, shoulders drop. You physically ease. Your mind is clear, you can think, pray, function. They complement your thoughts, they don't consume them. Your peace is present. Philippians 4:7 peace. Even when circumstances are uncertain, you have peace that surpasses understanding. That woman I told you about? When the fog cleared, she said this, "My body was screaming the whole time. I kept calling it passion. It wasn't passion, it was panic." Healthy love doesn't feel like drowning. It feels like coming up for air. If your chest is tight, your mind is foggy, you can't sleep, and there's panic instead of peace, God is saying no. Even if your heart is screaming yes. 5 tests, 5 signals your body has been sending the entire time. Chest tightness, phone obsession, brain fog, sleepless nights. Panic instead of peace. That's not your soulmate. That's your trauma recognizing familiar dysfunction. Here's what you do right now. Step 1, name it. Stop calling anxiety chemistry. Call it what it is, your nervous system in survival mode. Step 2, create space for 48 hours. No contact. See if your body calms down or spirals further. Step 3, ask someone safe. When I talk about this person, do I seem peaceful or panicked? Sometimes we're too close to see it. Everyone around us already knows. If you've been ignoring these signs for months, type "my body knows" in the comments. That's your declaration. You're finally listening. And if you're wondering, how do I know when it's actually right? Watch the next video. 5 physical signs God sent your soulmate. Divine connection has body signals too. The exact opposite of everything we just covered. Your body knows before your mind admits it. Stop overriding the warning. Stop calling panic butterflies. God doesn't send panic. He sends peace. If you don't have peace, you don't have confirmation. Trust your body. It's been telling you the truth the entire time.